In a big organisation, you've got an awful lot of different people who need to receive different types of information at different times, different languages. We've got a significant number of employees who don't have easy access to our digital channels, so reaching those kind of offline employees can also be a real challenge. We were really flying blind, both in terms of being able to create quality email-based communications and most importantly measure the success of how well that was doing, how well it was landing with the employees, and we really needed to find a strategic solution. My experience of working with Populo has been pretty fantastic, and I think that comes down to the fact that they're not just a software company. They're an internal communications company who happen to specialise in software. Populo do a fantastic job of providing brilliant software, but more importantly providing the service wrapper and the support around that software. It certainly helped us understand how people are consuming content through email, and we've used that to make certain changes, for example to the frequency with which we send email or the length of content that we put within email. We can create a much better employee experience moving forward. The role of an IC function is evolving slightly, and it's actually really championing the employee experience. What IC facilitates is it helps them understand the role that they play with an organisation and how what they do at an individual level ladders up to support the strategy and ambitions of the organisation as a whole. Senior management have always recognised the strategic importance of communication to support the overall aims of the business. We now walk into meetings with data rather than opinions, and it's quite difficult to argue with data. I think the future of IC is moving from outputs-focused activity to outcomes-focused activity, working less on creating content and stuffing channels with content and more about strategic partnering with different parts of the business to understand their objectives and then have them come up with really targeted, effective campaigns to support that. So in terms of the consultancy with Populo, it really helped us to understand where we were at as an organisation. And when you're in a big organisation, it's not always easy to know what's happening in all of the different parts. Getting some strategic input into where we were at, where we wanted to head to, and what some of the big blockers were that were going to get in the way of that, and how we could potentially use a tool like Populo to eliminate some of those blockers. What I value most about the relationship with Populo is their understanding of how IC works and what it takes to do IC well. So when you marry that with really powerful software, you kind of have a winning combination.